So in this video I'm going to go over, I believe that those questions are important even though they were not per se in a non-credit review. It was in the 20s. Go there and review question 2, 4 and question 6. So question 2, I'm going to go over that really fast. I think we've seen one of the questions that in this one they say find a vector v with a magnitude 859 and the direction is 71 and write it in terms of ai plus bj form. So the way we do it, we can I think we've seen previously that vector u cosine of a vector, the component of a vector can be represented this way. This is like the a component here, and the b component will be norm of u sine of theta, like that. So what we can do, we know that the magnitude here, or the norm, is equal to 859.9 cosine of theta. Theta is 71.3 degrees, and then the other one is 859.9 sine of 71.3, like that. Now we plug that in the calculator and let's say run to the nearest tenth. So we do that really fast. So 859.9 cosine of 71.3 equals to this nearest to the nearest tenth. So my answer to the nearest tenth will be equal to this thing. So 275.7, and the other one 859.9 sine of 71.3, like that. Math round to the nearest tenth equals to this thing. Okay. Now they say to write it in terms of ai plus bj form. This is my a here, this is my b here, so all I have to do is just to copy ai plus bj. Will be just writing it as 2575, like that, I plus 814j, and that's it. And that's how you solve this type of question. So for this type of question here, they say given u, the vector u 4, 7 and v 10, 5, find the vector 4u plus 6v. Expect to see something like that. Instead of writing it this way, 4, 7, they can even write it this way: u equals to 4i plus 7j, and v equals to 10i plus 5j. So be comfortable with the two forms. So let's start with the first one. U, they say 4u, so u is this thing, 4, 7, right? And they're saying this is your u here. So 4u can be written as, so all you have to do is just to multiply each component by 4. 4 times 4 is 16, and 4 times 7 is 28, I think. 28, yeah. Now v is equal to I see here negative 6v, right? So v is this one, v is 10, 5, like that. So negative 6v, so negative 6 times v. So negative 6 times 10 is so I multiply negative 6 by both components. Negative 6 so times 10 is negative 16. Negative 6 times 5 is negative 30. So I have this. Now what I'm looking for is 4u minus 6v. That means that I take 4, I copy this one here, 16, 28, and I add to this one. This is 4u 6v here, and I add them up. This one is negative 60 here, negative 30, and I'm adding component by component. So 4u minus 6v equals to, I add this component and I add that component. So 16 minus 60 is negative 44 here, and then I'm adding those two together. 28 minus 30, I get negative 2, and that's my answer. So that's how you solve for this one. Now for the last question, I'm not gonna go over it because I think we did something similar. If you have, so let's say find the angle between u negative 4 1 and v 5 negative 2, and convert put it in the nearest tenth. So you have the angle, so the angle between those two vectors. So the angle, the formula that is relating angle and vectors is this one: cosine theta equals to u v norm of magnitude of v magnitude of u. So what you do, you need to find the dot product of u and v. The dot product of u and v. So you multiply this component together plus that component. You find the answer, and then you find the norm of u and the norm of v. So the norm of u will be equal to this vector here, you square it, plus 1, you square it here, and the norm of v, you take these vectors and plus that one, you square it, and then you plug everything back here and you look for cosine inverse of your answer. That will give you the angle theta. So that's how you solve this kind of questions, and that was for the, I call this one extra one.